Welcome back to Chaos Corner, live to tape from the lounge here at Chaos headquarters. It's me, it's the GOC. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. I kept saying Webster Bank, it's the mortgage. Does anyone really care what kind of theater it is, what name it is there? First off, big shout out to my buddy out there, JD from Off the Script, Chi-Town Smart Heel Jesse, and the OG Don Tony. A big victory by Swerve Strickland over Anthony Bowens going into Full Gear. So that's what we're just coming out of. We did the first half. All these segments are up on YouTube. I'm putting some of them up on Twitter. They're reviewing AEW Full Gear, which is this weekend right now. Thanks for being here live. Listen, we are at, what are we now? We are at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. Listen, they're a stone's throw here from Chaos Corner. We're in the shadows of Titan Towers, literally 30 minutes, depending on traffic, from Titan Towers to where they are there in the port. So far, it's been a good show. The crowd has been hot. And again, they're talking right now about the pending match coming up between Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose at Full Gear. And I'll just say that to say this because I tell it like it is. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I support women's rights and women's sports and women in sports. And that's all I'll say about Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose coming up for the women's championship. So you take that however you want. You don't like it, change the channel. That's just my opinions and thoughts, and I keep them to myself for the most part. But this is my channel, my platform, so I'll pretty much say what I want. And I'll get off that soapbox. Everybody's talented. We're all inclusive. I love everybody. You do you. I don't judge. But I support women's rights. I support women in sports. So let that marinate. And here comes, now Shivani's in the ring. And here comes, listen, I never complain about seeing Samoa Joe, the Ring of Honor champion. But what are we watching? Are we watching AEW Dynamite? Are we watching AEW? Or are we watching Ring of Honor? And they're showing where Joe attacked Wardlow. Listen, can you get a TV deal? Can you stop mixing the two? It's taken away from your product, TK. Just telling you about AEW and Ring of Honor. So follow me on all social media platforms. We just came out of, like I said, a big victory by Strickland and Bowens. Not a bad match. Not a bad match. The crowd has been hot. I can't say enough about the Connecticut crowd. You know, I'm not always proud to be from this state, but, you know, it is what it is. So now Shivani with Samoa Joe. Let's see what happens. I'll stay here for now and put these up on YouTube because you never know what could happen. Whenever there's an in-ring segment, and this is the go-home show to Full Gear this Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. I'm a big AEW fan. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. You guys, I know I cover it all. I don't want any copyright, so I'll continue to talk. One-man show, unique, unedited. You know where to follow me on all the social media platforms, but we're flowing here. Coming up, it'll be interesting to see what the ratings are and what the crowd is for Bridgeport. So now Joe's in there being interviewed by the legendary Shivani. You gotta love Shivani. Yes, it is what it is. Shivani, you know. Listen, I remember him in my early 20s. Shivani's a legend, and AEW's got a lot going on. We know Punk is gone, a lot of rumors, you know. We know the Young Bucks will be back, and Kenny Omega, a lot of things going on. But, and as I said in the beginning of this video, you know, we're only 3.5 minutes in, 4 minutes in. I don't know how long I'll stay with this segment before I put it up on my YouTube channel. Joe's always a great interview, great talker, great worker, great look. Not being used the right way, but I don't want to be too critical, but I am going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. This is my platform, as I said. The whole Ring of Honor AEW confusion, I mean, I'm glad the company's back to this extent, but intermingle them on the TV. You have Dark Elevation, the YouTube channels. You have all the different things. You have Dynamite, you have Rampage, which really, the show, the ratings are terrible, and then you're running Ring of Honor. If you don't think this, I've already said it, I'm going to say it again, if you don't think this is affecting your product, let me lower Joe here, because it's a little loud. If you guys don't think, let me lower this down because we had the acclaim down. It was up really loud. I don't want any copyrights. If you don't think, and this is why I stayed there, if you don't think it's affecting your product, Ring of Honor, intermingling with AEW, you're wrong. And this is why I stayed here live at almost 5 minutes in. Joe, the Ring of Honor champion, in ring, being interviewed by Shivani. And here comes the big man powerhouse Hobbs, who just a couple weeks back I had a chance to meet up with him more than once at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Excellent guy, big guy, in great shape. Looks twice as big on TV compared to seeing him in person, but what in great shape. What a great guy. Was able to pick his brain as a young athlete and talk to him. Very accommodating. As the same night as talking to Wardlow, another guy accommodating, able to talk to him, a great guy. And that's why I stayed here live. Now, who's coming out? We got Joe. We got Hobbs. This is all Ring of Honor here coming up on 8:50 Eastern Standard Time on an AEW program, on your biggest program of the week, the mothership AEW Dynamite, leading into one of your biggest events in Full Gear. And from behind, out of nowhere, here's Wardlow. Spear on Joe. And now we got Hobbs, Joe, and Wardlow all in the ring now. Listen, talk about a Haas fight. And again, I was fortunate enough on my birthday at the Mohegan Sun Casino to be able to meet and talk to Hobbs and Wardlow. So it's nice to pick the younger brains talent that's stars right now. And look, their locker rooms have cleared out. Everybody's in there, from the Dark Order to, who else is in there? The Dark Order, the Butcher, and the Blade. It's pure chaos, and pun intended. Breaking up Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs. And again, there's literally 20, 25 grapplers out there. I can't name them all, but this is what you get on the Go Home show. Do I see a couple of local guys in there too? Could Lucas Chase be there? Could Matias DiNapoli be there? I mean, who are the security guys? It looks like some of the guys that I know. Well, who could it be? Jared Diaz? I mean, who's there locally? It's nice to see. And then, listen, Wardlow off the far side. Topo Suicida moonsault over the top rope. Down goes everybody. Wardlow, what are you doing? The crowd is on their feet. This is insanity. I'm glad I stayed here for this. This is why you stay. So this is leading into Full Gear. Wardlow's in tremendous shape. And again, seeing him on TV, they look twice as big. I get it. Even with me, camera 10 pounds puts 20 pounds on me. And don't get me wrong, big guys in great shape, bigger than me. But then to meet him face to face, we're all men. Get it? You know what I'm saying. Moxley and MJF tonight. So that was an interesting segment. Again, Ring of Honor, I'm still going to say it's hurting the product, even though what I just saw leading into Full Gear. Come on back, fans. I'm putting this up on YouTube. Chaos Corner. Don't you dare miss it. The Go Home show. We're coming up at almost 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's me. It's the GOC.